Guys, Erin Wester here, and I am live to talk today about my transformation. So my transformation Tuesday. And my transformation is a little different than most transformations. It starts way back in 2006. I had been kicked out of college. I had gained about 40 pounds in college due to emotional eating. I was not doing well in college, so I was very stressed out all the time, and my stress led me to eat. And in 2006, I got pregnant with my first son. And at that time, I was in an abusive relationship, so the weight just had kept coming on. I did end up getting out of that abusive relationship, but the damage had already been done. The emotional eating had gotten so much worse. I was depressed. I was having anxiety. When I gave birth to my son, I was 250 pounds. I was normally in the 170 range. I am 5'9", so I was normally in the 170 range, but when I gave birth to my son, I was 250 pounds. And I didn't really do anything about it. I didn't look in mirrors. I didn't weigh myself. I didn't look at the size in my pants, but even after giving birth to him, I was still about 230 pounds. So, that's a significant weight. That's about 60 pounds more than what I normally weigh. And on my 28th birthday in 2008, I saw a picture of myself and I said, who is that person? And it was me. I didn't realize how bad it had been. I didn't realize I was wearing a size 20 pants. I didn't realize that I was wearing a bra too small for me. I just didn't realize what I really looked like. My hair was just uncut, uncolored, it looked like I didn't take care of myself, and it looked like I just didn't care about myself. I don't know how I ever got a job. I don't know how I got back into school, but I did. In 2008, I said I need to change something. So in 2008, I didn't even know anything about Beachbody in 2008. So in 2008, I started Weight Watchers, my 20th birthday, and I was going to Zumba classes at the Y. My mom worked there, so we got a free membership and a super discount on classes. So I started taking Zumba 3 days a week, lifting weights at the gym, did Weight Watchers, and in the next year and a half, I had lost about, say, 30 pounds. I gone from about 230 to about 200. So, I had a lot of weight to lose. But I had hit a plateau. I didn't know what to do. It wasn't working. The food plan wasn't working for me. I just didn't know what to do. I had hit a plateau. It made me more stressed out. And then I happened to see a friend from high school, and she said, have you tried this thing called P90X? So, I watched the P90X infomercial, and instead of buying from her, I bought P90X off of eBay. I think it was like $45 on eBay. Instead of the $120, it would have been through her. So I bought P90X on eBay and just got started. I was still doing Weight Watchers. I didn't use the meal plan, but I figured, I'm doing different kind of exercise. I'm going to get through this plateau. So I did P90X and I had fantastic results. In 2 rounds of P90X, I lost 20 pounds, which for me is great because I lose weight very slowly. It just takes me a long time to lose weight. So, I was using P90X. I was still going to exercise classes. I was still doing Weight Watchers. And after losing those 20 pounds, again, I hit another plateau. So, I was at 180, which isn't horrible, but I still was a size 12. And I was not happy. I was still not happy with how I looked. I still didn't feel 100% healthy. I still had all that scar tissue and belly from my C-section from my son. So in 2010, I found out about a program that was coming out called TurboFire. So I reached back out to my friend who was a Beachbody coach, and I said, you need to help me. I can't do this myself. I need help. So she talked to me about Shakeology. I was like, no way, I'm not going to drink my food. I was super skeptical. She's like, come over to my house and give it a try. So I went over to her house and tried it. She said, I have these fit clubs. Every week you can come to Fit Club, work out, and have Shakeology every time you come. So, I did that for a couple weeks, and I was hooked. So I said, what do I need to do? I want the Shakeology. I want to get started with TurboFire, but my funds are really limited. She said, you know what you should do? You should sign up to be a coach. You can make a little extra money. You can get your Shakeology and your TurboFire at a discount. At that time, there was no challenge packs like there are now, which is a way better deal than anything that Beachbody ever had before. So I said, sure, sign me up. I was about ready to graduate with my master's degree. I had $100,000 in debt. So I said, sign me up. I knew as a coach that I would be able to be more accountable to myself and my own fitness. So, I got started as a coach, got started with TurboFire. For the next year and a half, I continued TurboFire, P90X, but I also tried other programs of Beachbody's, Hip Hop Abs, Power 90, 10-minute trainer. I just basically, Chalene Extreme. I tried a whole bunch of different Beachbody programs, just trying to find the right fit for me. So I would kind of do my own thing, and I would do a program, then another program, and then another program, and another program. So at the end of 2011, I had reached my goal of 160 pounds. So in 3 years, I know it seems like a long time. In 3 years, I went from 230 pounds to 160 pounds. So I lost 70 pounds in 3 years. You may think that's a really long time, but for me, it just takes me a really long time. And I wanted to have any kind of progress, that even slow progress, that would stay. Not I would lose the weight and then I would gain it all back again. So, I had reached 160 pounds, I was feeling great. I was having my Shakeology every day. I was using the TurboFire nutrition plan. I was just loving my Beachbody programs. But then, like everything, I completely fell off the wagon. I stopped using my Shakeology every day. I still got Shakeology every month, but I was very sporadic with drinking it. I started eating fast food again. I wasn't consistent with my workouts. I just jumped from program workout to workout, didn't really do a set program all the way through. And because of that, I gained 25 pounds back. Got engaged to my now husband in 2013. I said, you know what, I have some time, I can lose weight. But, I just kept going back and forth with that 110 pounds. Going back and forth between 170, 180. At the time, I think I got up to 190. So I was just rotating between those 20 pounds. And when I got married, I wasn't exactly where I wanted to be. I was doing okay. But I wasn't the 160 pounds that I was when I met my husband, my now husband. But, I was okay with that. But in 2014, after our wedding, we were trying to have kids. And I think one of the reasons that we weren't getting pregnant was because my health wasn't 100% where it should have been. So I worked really hard in the first year of our marriage, and with 21 Day Fix and T25, and I lost 20 of those pounds. So I was in the 170s. I actually was okay with being in the 170s. That was fine with me. I'm 5'9", almost 5'10". 170s are good for me. I was drinking my Shakeology. I was using containers from 21 Day Fix. I was doing programs all the way through and then going on to a new program. And it was working for me. And then in 2015, I did get pregnant. So after a year of trying, I finally got pregnant. And then we found out we were having twins. So, I knew what pregnancy had been for me before, and, I tried not to gain all the weight I did with my son, which I honestly don't know how much I gained. It could have been 60 pounds. I'm not 100% sure. With the girls, when I got pregnant, I was at about 190. So when I was at my heaviest during my pregnancy, it was twins. There's lots in there. I weighed about 250 pounds when they were born. That's how much I weighed before they were born. And again, it was that struggle with low self-esteem and depression and feeling bad because, I was gaining weight. I knew I was growing humans inside me, but I didn't want to gain the weight as fast as I did with my son. And I still did, because I gained 60 pounds with them as well. And, to say, well, you were the same weight with them as you were with your son, and that's pretty good because you had twins. But I still didn't feel good about myself. And, losing weight for me is hard. By the time I was able to work out again, I think I've lost about 30 of those pounds. So not horrible. And then since I was able to start working out again last December, I have lost 30 more pounds. So I'm down to 200. I still have a ways to go. But, sometimes things derail you. Hey, Christina. sometimes things derail you. So for me, something really seriously derailed me and made me way more depressed and way more anxious and just feeling horrible about myself as a mom and a wife and everything because twin girls were healthy when they were born, but when one of my daughters was 6 days old, we were at home and her heart stopped. She just stopped beating, heart stopped beating. She started to turn yellow. We called 911 and they walked my husband through how to try to resuscitate her. They got her as fast as they could. She did get resuscitated. She did get stabilized. You're so welcome, Christina. I love sharing my story. So she got stabilized and got sent to Children's Hospital. The thing was that she had been out for quite a while. She was hooked up to machines. She needed machines to breathe. There was no brain waves. And, after 6 days in the hospital, we had to make that decision to pull the plug on our baby girl, who was at that time 12 days old. She would have been in a vegetative state. The brain damage was so severe, her brainstem was dead. She would have just been in a coma and maybe lasted 2 years on life support, would have been in our house on machines, and we just couldn't do that. Again, that derailed me even more. I didn't want to work out. I didn't know what to do. Didn't want to go back on antidepressants. So luckily when I was cleared to work out, I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to start working out. I went back to 21 Day Fix because that's what I had started my second transformation on. And, the workouts helped. I didn't end up having to go on medication. I ended up being able to work out and work through my depression that way. And it's a much healthier way to do it. And, still I have moments of depression. Yes, still I have issues with emotional eating, but I'm working on it. It's gotten a lot better. I've done multiple programs since having my twins. I've done Masters Hammer and Chisel, 22-minute hardcore, Country Heat. So just really trying to make fitness fun. And I use fitness as an antidepressant because if I don't get up in the morning and work out, I have a really rough day. So even though I'm not 100% where I want to be, I'm a size 12. My goal is to be to a size 8. And I'm always probably going to be on my journey because of my emotional eating. And I'm just always going to have to work out even when I reach my goal because I've learned before that if I stop doing the work, the weight's going to come back on. And, it's not about losing the weight. It's about being healthy for my family. And when I think about not doing my workout, I think about why I'm doing it. That I'm doing it to be around for my kids. I have joint pain, so I need to lose the weight to get rid of the joint pain. I have headaches. If I drink my Shakeology, it keeps me from having caffeine and keeps me from having cravings and keeps me from having headaches. So good nutrition and exercise can help with all those things. And I really just wanted to talk to you guys today and just tell you that no matter where you are in your journey, if you fall down, if you gain weight, just get back at it because that's what it's about. And if you don't want to do it, just think about why you're doing it. And again, for me, I think about my family and I think about my kids and I think about making a good example for them and showing them what it's like to be healthy and eat healthy food. And my husband feels better when we're eating healthy. I feel better. Everybody just feels better and there's less bickering and it's just a happier household when everybody feels good. So I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Bye. Thanks for having me.